Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour.
Did you order the new truck?
I am just waiting on a couple more things, and we're likely going to order the new truck.
What are you getting, a Western Star?
I'm getting a Western Star.
I
So
would get a Western Star. I like Western Stars.
they're the nicest trucks. Which to me, and I might be shooting myself right in the face by saying this, but I like a nice looking truck. Maybe it's going to be the shittiest running truck, but it's the nicest looking one.
So you're saying that the new Western Stars are the nicest looking trucks?
Absolutely.
Of the new ones or all trucks?
Of all trucks. Your Kenworth might give it a run for its money. Your black Kenworth, but
Let's post a poll and see if people pick the W990 over the fucking Western Star.
over a 49X?
I bet it's 95% for the Kenworth.
It's all subjective, right?
Oh, it's subjective, but I'm just telling you.
But in my
I
eye,
like the new Western Stars. I like them. I like the old Western Stars better.
I like the new ones. The new ones look so cool. But
I don't
that's all
like
that
things
matters
with
to
big
me,
slope.
right? As long as I think I have the nicest looking truck.
It's absolutely all that matters.
Like people, as long as you think your wife is beautiful, what do you care what other people think?
I totally agree with you. I think
Same
that's
thing
a
with trucks.
tremendous point. I like Western Star. I think that I like them. The one thing I like about the new model is I like how the breather boxes on the side glow with they usually have a yellow or orange LED in them.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm a long hood. I don't know. I like our Blue International. A lot of people don't like it.
I like your International. It's a nice truck.
I think I like all big trucks, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, I don't love Macs. I don't mind I'm not a big Mac Granite guy. I don't know.
Granite. They got those down south. And on the islands, everybody's driving a Mac Granite truck. Tandem.
Yeah, they don't totally do it for me, but I like I think the new Western Stars are nice. I would put it head to head with our W990 though. It might win. Maybe I'm wrong.
So Freightliner has,
because you're right, it's subjective.
Yeah. Freightliner has that. What's their long nose truck?
The Classic?
I don't know, but it's got that same profile as your W990.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they make that. I think all Freightliner makes anymore is Cascadias, but they used to have one called the Freightliner Classic, and it was a more traditional long hood truck.
That's it. Yeah, I priced a SD114.
What's that?
That's the Freightliners with the really big grill on the front.
Yeah.
They're not the M2, like the M2.
Oh, we had an SD at Ridge Lake.
An SD?
SD 105, maybe?
They just revamped them a couple of years ago.
I don't remember what it was called. I know what you're talking about. It has round lights.
Yeah.
And a big grill.
Big grill on the front.
That Freightliner we had, that was a good truck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy another.
The difference between the Freightliner, all done up the same as the Western Star, was $15,000. Identical.
The Freightliner was more?
No, the Western Star was $15,000 more.
Yeah.
And I said I'll pay the $15,000 to have a truck that I'm happy to drive every day.
How much was the truck?
Total with hook and everything, After taxes, 358.
That's pretty good. That's a bargain.
Well, is
How
anything
big's the hook?
to 40,000 pound?
From 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tandem.
Tandem. Yeah.
What motor?
On air. DD13 pushes 475 horse. So
Every day or only like 2 days a week?
you have to hit the pedal
It's a Detroit.
to work.
You should
I don't know.
I think you'll get at least 3 days a week out of it by the time you average it.
So the only reason that I went with this truck is because the service at this dealership is probably the best in town. I couldn't get a Peter Kenworth. The closest one is 45 minutes away, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
5.
International, they're okay, but they only sell what they service and they don't build dump trucks in town. Service what they sell? Yeah. And they don't build dump trucks in my city. Global
Yeah.
Cam has service till 1 o'clock in the morning every day, 7 days a week. And I got this thing fully warranted. Like, there's not a part on that thing that doesn't have a 7-year warranty on it.
See,
Mind
when
you,
we bought our truck, I didn't get a warranty on anything.
I did.
Uh, it was so much fucking money, and I was like, I'll never use the warranty anyways because every time you take, so I'm not, and I don't know the dealership you're dealing with, so this is just like in Toronto. Every time you take your truck to a dealership, it's gone for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So I don't ever fix anything at the dealerships. I just get Brad to fix everything.
I went, like, I took a tour of the everything. Like, it's a brand new facility. Like, they just renoed everything. The shop, they had maybe like 3 trucks in it or whatever. They had techs like standing around. I'm like, oh, that's a good sign, I guess. So, I don't know.
So ours was an SD 108 at Ridge Lake.
Yeah, I priced that too, but that's only got an 8-liter motor in it.
Hmm.
So, which apparently would have been sufficient for what we do. But I don't know. I thought maybe the less you have to work a bigger motor, the better. Like if you're pushing an
The,
eight
the
liter
prop,
all the time, it's probably harder on it than a mid-range life for a 13-liter.
yeah, the problem is you load a tandem like a triaxle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everyone does. I don't mean that like NDL does that. I mean everyone does it.
Yeah. Well, because you don't feel like you're getting enough truck because the price to hire one or the other is very similar. I'm not putting my tandem on the road for less than $110 an hour. And that's what you get for a triaxle here. So
Yeah.
it's got to make its money. And I don't know if there's not a lot of landscapers with hook lift trucks, right? Or tandems for that matter. Like, I don't know if we need this truck, but this has been a goal of mine since we started the company 13 years ago. Like, one day we're going to have a hook lift truck. And maybe now it's finally coming to fruition. Maybe it's wasted money, but oh well. I've wasted a lot of money before.
I don't I I don't think that if you're going to use it in your business, it's wasted money. I I think that you could say that you're going to do an analysis and you'd be better to buy a second 2010 excavator than buy a hook lift truck because you get more value for the money out of it, which is true of almost any truck. That's not just a hook lift truck. That's almost any truck. Purchasing equipment will always pay you better than purchasing a truck.
Yeah.
Any truck. Because everyone told me the same shit, but I like trucks, so
Yeah.
I think it matters too whether it's if the truck is $355,000 and you can afford it and it's something that you want and it's something that you think will be good for your business, then as long as you can pay the bill, what does it matter?
Yeah, I'm not afraid that we won't be able to pay the bill. I'm putting half down, at least half down, because I never want to be upside down on something. It just helps me sleep. Um, I like to know that I can just unload something and walk away from it and not owe anything on it. But yeah, I'll be happy to have it. I think it comes in the spring if we pull the trigger and yeah, put it to work. We'll have to work for next year, so
Yeah, I didn't get the warranty because I just never like when we bought like I never used the warranty on anything anyways.
you know.
Because any kind of dealership just takes way too fucking long for me. And to me, I'd rather just pay Brad. He gets it fixed immediately, and then we can go back to work.
Yeah. This is
I sent when we first bought the blue truck, I sent it in for warranty work like twice. And both times it was gone for like 2.5 weeks, which seemed to be the average amount of time the truck would be gone. So then after the second time, I was like, fuck this. Just call Brad. He comes and fixes it. He's always fair. He charges reasonable prices. So he fixes it and then the truck goes back to work the next day. And because the longer the truck sits, you're losing, like for us, you're losing between $1,000 and $2,000 a day on the truck sitting.
yeah.
So if the dealership would do the warranty work and it cost, say the warranty work was worth 4,000 and the dealership took a week to do it and Brad fixed it in a day, I'm better to pay Brad 4,000
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's
than wait the whole week for get the truck back.
this for us, this truck isn't billing hourly, right? Like it's not going out to it's working for us. And if we need to, we can find other ways to get things done, I suppose.
There's nothing saying your truck's going to be in the shop for 2.5 weeks.
No. And fuck, it better not be for I
I
mean,
would, this is what I would say to you. If you think that you're going to be upset that the brand new truck goes to the shop for a long time, don't buy a brand new truck. Because it's 100% all brand new trucks end up in the shop within the first 2 months for at least a week.
I like things
Because that's just how they come out of the factory.
Yeah.
Every brand new truck that I've bought, dump truck or vocational vehicle, dump truck or vocational vehicle in my life, ends up back in the shop for at least a week to 2 weeks within the first 10 to 12 weeks of buying it. It is an insanely, like you're talking about, they're going to build the truck. Where does Western Star build the trucks?
No clue.
So they're going to build the truck, then they're going to transport the truck to the hook person.
Yeah.
Because they're not putting it on at the dealership.
No.
So then the hook people are literally going to rip the truck apart, the electrical, all the shit, and then put a hook on it. And then it's going to go back to Western Star, who's going to do all the inspect. Like there's so many moving parts. They're just there's going to be something that doesn't work out perfectly.
Yeah. Well, that's to be expected, I guess.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like there's no way around it. The Kenworth went back to the shop for a week over the whole fucking shifter thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Today we were looking for the block heater.
You were looking for it.
Well, because International, the block heater is right under the door.
Yeah.
Or the Peterbilt's, the block heater comes out the front of the bumper.
Oh.
So this is, again, me being totally unprepared. Because I had meant for weeks to I meant to plug the trucks in like 10 days ago. 10 days ago, I was like, we should start plugging the trucks in. But then I wanted to do it differently this year because the two tracks are all like one's a 2022, one's a 2024. So I'm putting, because a lot in our yard, the electrical fuse panel blows a lot. So we have all the trucks hooked up to different fuse panels. So the the two trucks that need the 06 and the 09 are the ones that I think absolutely need to be plugged in the most. They're plugged into the fuse panels that blow the least. Then the 2015 is plugged into the fuse panel that blows the third least, and then the 2022 and the 2024 are plugged into the fuse panels that blow the most.
Right.
Because I felt like they were the ones that had the best chance of starting at -10 if they weren't plugged in. But I finally got around to rearranging the trucks, and then Andrew parked Christy's truck and parked his in the new spots closer to where they can get plugged in. And then we both, he goes, where's the fucking thing? I said, oh, it's under the door. They're all under the door. Well, they ain't under the door in that motherfucker. But now it's dark and it was snowing and I was supposed to trying to get home to do this. We're searching. Andrew's rolling around in the snow under the truck. I called Christy. Do you know where the fuck this thing is? She's like, I don't know. She called Kenworth. You know what Kenworth's response was?
No.
We don't really know. We have no idea where the fucking block heater is. Thanks, Kenworth.
Yeah.
Fucking useless fucking pieces of garbage.
Wow. I'm trying to sell my 2008, 2007 International. And I had a guy come down and look at it and stuff. And then he left and he called me because I wasn't there. I was doing something. He's like, I noticed you keep it plugged in. He's like, why do you keep it plugged in? I'm like, it's winter. Like it was -degrees. And I was confused. He's like, oh, we don't usually keep our trucks plugged in. Like, well, what kind of magic fucking company do you run where all your trucks start in -degrees all the time? Like, I thought it was normal.
Did he mean?
He tried to make me
Did
feel
he
like
mean it's
they keep my fucking truck plugged in.
Well, but is he saying he never plugs trucks in, or he only plugs them in right before he's going to use them?
I don't know. I didn't ask him about it. He made it seem like he
You just
never.
tell him to fuck off. I'll sell it to someone else.
I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we keep trucks plugged in. Like, he just tried to make me feel like an idiot.
It's really hard, even if they do start. Say you take it outside of the starting, it's hard on them to start that cold.
Yeah. See, does it have a hard time?
It takes a while. Like,
plug your truck in. There's a guy that I did work for. He keeps his car plugged in all year long. It's not electric. He like plugs a block heater in the middle of summer.
Why?
I don't know. He's fucked.
It's,
He's fucked. Here's a client. Super
I don't
nice.
know.
My God. You drive by and he lives on my in-laws road. Super nice guy, but like keep your truck plugged in all summer long, or your car plugged in all summer long. I don't have that kind of.
I got passed by 2 cyber trucks today.
Ooh. Did you ever ask for
One was
opinion of a Cybertruck?
sorry.
Bernie was.
What did you say?
I asked for. Well, yeah. Here's the story. Bernie and I were driving up to Ottawa to do some trees or something like that. No, potted plants, which were frozen, by the way. So he had a hammer and he was smashing them out of the pots by the time we got there. But on our way up, we passed this Cybertruck. I'm like, Bernie, what do you think of that? He's like, wow, what an ugly piece of shit. Like, old people have no fucking patience for a Cybertruck.
So I'm old, and I looked at the Cybertruck. So the first Cybertruck, I was getting fuel. I was putting fuel in the slip tank on my truck because I wanted to fill all the different machines we have at the yard with fuel tonight before it got really cold. And then I also neglected to do that, thinking about it. Now I'm also driving around with a full slip tank of fuel, burning some extra fuel, carrying that. So the first truck pulled up. My first thought, it was silver. And as it pulled up, he took up a parking spot plus part of a no parking area. And I thought, well, I wonder what kind of pretentious person is driving this truck. and a guy with red pants, a pair of white running shoes with no socks, wearing one of those puffy coats that went all the way down to his ankles, jumped out. And I thought, you deserve a Cybertruck, buddy. Like,
Wow.
if there was ever someone that deserved a Cybertruck, it was that motherfucker.
Red pants.
Red pants, white shoes, no socks. But one of those puffy coats all the way down to his ankle. And then as I was driving south on Highway 12 to go to Traction to buy the clamps that Cody later found, a yellow Cybertruck went past me.
A yellow? I haven't seen a yellow one yet.
I've seen a matte black one, no yellow.
Well, they all come silver. I think you have to wrap them if you want them to be anything but silver. So I guess I don't know, they're stainless steel, so you can paint it. I don't know. I looked at it, both of them. The second one was being driven by a goofy looking Chinese kid with his hair all like he'd been sleeping and his hair, he hadn't brushed his hair.
Hey, don't they drive themselves? He could have been sleeping.
Maybe he was sleeping. I concluded that they're actually really big.
They are big, like bigger than you'd think.
They're big. Like I didn't picture them. It's when I see them, but when you're beside it, it's big. I personally think it's ugly, but like Chad just pointed out, that's very subjective. But I personally think they're a little bit ugly. I wouldn't buy one simply because I fucking hate electric vehicles.
I don't think I would get one either.
If I die and never own an EV, then I'll know I've led a good life. A meaningful, purposeful life. If I never own an electric vehicle, I'll die happy.
Yeah.
Were you guys like dreaming of buying electric vehicles or something? Do you have one, Mike?
No, sorry, I wasn't paying attention there.
Did you not put a deposit on one, though, Mike?
A Cybertruck? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
When
does yours come?
But I may have gotten it refunded because I never got anything in terms of when. So I would assume I got it refunded at some point.
Do you like Cybertrucks, Mike?
I do not. I don't think I would buy one.
Would you, since you weren't paying attention, if you live your whole life and never own an electric vehicle, do you believe you'll die happy and know that you've led a good life?
I don't think I would feel any way regardless. I think I would own a Tesla. I wouldn't mind owning a Tesla at one point. Let's see what they come out with after the Cybertruck, but I wouldn't electric, gas, diesel, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I'm also not a car person, as I've talked about many times, or a vehicle or equipment person, as we've discussed many times on this podcast. So unless it's a Jurassic Park Jeep, it's whatever gets me from point A to point B.
Do you think you're better than us for having a lower carbon footprint?
Do you? Yeah.
I'm kidding.
The social score we'll wait until the social score comes out. And if I have a higher social score than you guys, then yes, I do feel like I'm better than you.
Oh, no.
Do you have an air of superiority because you have a lower carbon footprint? Lower carbon. I try to burn as much carbon as I can every day. Today, I started a whole bunch of equipment in the yard and just let it idle.
We do that every day.
Because I was like, today, that tree over there is pissing me off, so I'm going to kill it.
Even my piece of equipment has a lower carbon footprint than others. It doesn't start up till noon, so.
Did you bring it home or just put it by the curb and say, I'll get a new one in the spring? What is your experience with this machine out of 10, Mike? Considering the cost of it. Like, considering the cost.
Yeah. I would have to give it another season to make like a good judgment on it. But after, I think I put on like 120 hours and it has done me really well. By the end of it, I figured out the starting problem. It has to do with the choke, and I got to look at it. But if I just pull out the choke, try to start it, push the choke back in, pull it out, try to start it, eventually, like on the third or fourth turn, it'll go. So I've got that all figured out, and that was my, I think, only issue with it, and it's been really good.
Did you change the hydraulic fluid and stuff?
I took it to somebody to just change all the fluids.
So how much did you pay for it?
I paid $3,250 plus closing fees.
Which was?
It's probably like $3,700 by the end of it.
Okay, so 37. Whoops. 3,700. How many hours are on it?
120.
So basically, so far that machine has cost you $30 an hour.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking good, man.
I was thinking there's another auction this week. I was thinking about getting another one and parking it elsewhere.
Like, that's 30. So let's say you get 3,700 tied up in this fucking thing. So if you can get it to 500 hours, that means you'll only have paid $7.40 an hour. Now, if you said 3,700, let's say at 500 hours, you think you could sell it. I think we can all agree that you could sell it for $1,700.
Yeah, somebody would buy it.
And then divide by 500. So if you get it to 500 hours and sell it for $1,700, you'll have paid $4 an hour cost of machine.
Nice.
So how much did you pay for your MT, Chad?
I think 32 or 34 grand.
I thought you paid like 54 for it.
Nope.
They really came down in price. Holy crap.
No, there's no way. Can't you look it up on your computer?
In like COVID time, it went up to like 50 something.
Yeah, I think they're like 50 grand.
58, I think I got a quote for. They also have it on their website, the pricing.
Who does?
Bobcat.
Really?
Yeah.
What website?
The Bobcat website.
American or Canadian?
It's probably American.
You're right.
Sorry, Chad?
51,707. They're that much?
Yeah.
You fucking bought it.
Yeah.
So you paid what? $51,707.
Yeah.
Divided by 500. So you pay, Mike, you paid 30 on the top end, right? No, $7.04 for $500. Chad's paying 103.14. So after you sold yours, Mike, you paid $4 an hour. Chad, if you have 500 hours on your MT, what do you think it's worth?
Well, if it's new, 51 grand, I'd say, I don't know, 38 grand, 40 grand.
At 500 hours, you think it's worth 40 grand?
It's 35. You want to be
Well, I don't know. I have no opinion. So I'm just, you said that's what, I'm just confirming that's what you were saying.
So. Yeah. Well, let's look at what Kijiji say.
Yeah, let's check Facebook Marketplace, see if there's a comparable. It's an MT100?
Yeah.
MT100, 42,000.
63 hours for 42 grand.
So we're looking for one with 500 hours.
142 grand for 107 hours.
1,200 hours, 25 grand.
730 hours, 30 grand.
Okay, so let's call it 730 hours. I
Yeah,
think 200 out. Sorry.
35?
35. You probably get 35.
Yeah, that's what I agree with you. 35. So divided by 500. So after the resale value of the machine, Mike's machine, we got it for 500 hours. We got it down to $4. Chad's machine is $33.41
But what's the
for
lift
500 hours.
Mike's machine?
Yeah, it's just
Sorry?
not comparable to.
They're not apples to apples.
Yeah.
You
A
know,
lift capacity of my machine, I think it's like 650 pounds or something like that.
that's still a lot.
What's
But
an MT100?
1,000 pounds.
800?
1,000 pounds.
1,000?
Yeah.
That's pretty close. So I'm not saying they're exactly comparable. I'm just saying like one is $4. Well, the disadvantage of Mike's machine is it might not get to 500 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm not trying to be mean to your machine either, Mike.
Oh,
I'm
and I'm also experimenting with it too.
Yeah. It's literally more than 10 times cheaper than Chat's.
To any comparable on-brand skid steer, mini skid steer.
There's many skid steers that are more expensive than an MT100.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anything with any kind of ditch witch. I wouldn't buy one of those just because I don't like the name.
Ditch
I don't
witch.
like the color of them.
Yeah, I don't like the color either. I agree
The
with
red and
that.
black?
And their symbol of with the lady
It's like
riding.
mahogany and black. Is it red? I'm colorblind. We established that a long time ago on this podcast.
Same. Yeah,
like
I am too.
Auburn. Yeah.
One of our clients has a ditch witch. I moved it. The weird control method of it, I did not like at all.
The two
It
stick.
was like a split thing or something. I don't know. However it operates, it wasn't like an ISO pattern. I didn't like it. But that's just me too. And like Chad says, everything's subjective.
Everything.
Everything is subjective.
Everything.
Everything.
A liter of liters is subjective.
We just gave some value there. We just did a cost analysis on whether you
I
should
did
buy
it.
a Chinese
Good God.
mini
You
skid
did it.
steer or
I did the cost analysis, so you can probably count on the fact that it was wrong. The problem, it depends what motors and stuff they have. That would be the difference. I'm excited because Mama has a new skid steer, new mini skid steer that Mo's going to let us try out.
Oh
And
yeah.
this year he ordered it with a cup holder.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What are the extra buttons on the what is
So
it?
I
The
don't know yet
joystick?
because I haven't
Oh, okay.
he said he was going to call me. He said, I got one for you to try out in a couple of weeks. Thought to myself, doing what, Mo?
Maybe it's a really big one. Maybe it's loading triaxles.
We're gonna load. So he had the new version of the MT100, the Mammoth MT100. And it has some kind of extra lift capacity or height capacity to dump. This is an MT120, I think. He said. So this one is the bigger version of it, so it might have an even higher lift rating capacity.
Nice.
We took our buggy back to Mammoth. I miss it. Having two buggies was great.
Is he going to have another big booth at Ello?
I don't think so.
I know.
I think he's gonna have. I don't know. I think he's gonna have a smaller booth. He said. I wonder if he'll host the meetup again.
Mongolian grill meetup?
Ooh,
I sent you guys a thing about the Mongolian grill.
You
Yeah.
did, yeah.
I'm still saying if someone comes to the Mongolian grill meetup, Favorite King will pay for it.
Chad, what day should we do that? I think it's up to
Whatever
you.
day we're going to Congress.
Do we do it the night before, or do we do it when you're on your way back to Cornwall?
Why would he want to stop at McDonald's? Chad seems like a goer. He's not going to start driving in Toronto, stop at the Mongolian Grill, and then keep driving. Who wants to drive all that way after Mongolian Grill?
Oh, yeah, that's a long way after a big meal.
Oh, that's true.
I'm a goer. Yeah, sort of a goer. I used to be go. Now I'll take a stop or two. But doesn't it only open at noon, Congress?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't you usually stay overnight, Chad?
Yeah, I'll go to the show, stay overnight, and then go home the next day.
I'll be reporting live.
Oh, is that for the show?
Yeah, you see that?
Wow.
That's sick.
I'll make a Not Our Finest Hour one too.
So you're just gonna walk around the show and do interviews?
I'll have it handy just in case.
Are they having the Hardscape live stage at Ello this year?
I don't know. Were you invited?
No. I think I'm on the outs with them.
9 a.m. to 5 each day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's not an answer to my question. That's more an answer to Chad's question.
Yeah, I'm backtracking a bit. What was your question?
Backtracking. Was there going to be a live stage again?
I don't know.
Chad gets an answer. I don't. Must be because he looks like Tom Cruise.
I'm working on it. Yes, there's going to be a live stage. It's a popular attraction.
Yeah. No one invited me to be on it. I guess I'm old news. Is there going to be any mastermind events?
Well, they have their own sort of mastermind thing, and I think that costs more than $160.
Really?
Maybe
it does cost more than $160.
Yeah.
I know they don't pay the speakers more than $160. What do you think $160 covers? Food? Room?
Well, if it costs $10,000 for them to put it on, which I would think it costs more, especially with food, they would need 50 people to sign up. So it probably is just they don't even make money on it. It's got to be just a lead generator.
Do you think that the mastermind being a loss leader is a good sign?
A good sign for what? For your business?
Well, so this is just a devil's advocate argument here, but the mastermind, I lost my train of thought on this. The mastermind is a loss leader. So that means that the people who are selling the mastermind are selling the product that the mastermind is promoting can't figure out how to have a mastermind that at least covers the costs of the mastermind, which I think is somewhat scary, and that the product isn't good enough to sell at cost. right? Essentially, what you're saying is the product isn't good enough to sell at cost. We have to undercut cost.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have an opinion because I've been known to do the planting for free on a lot of my landscape jobs. So maybe it's not my labor or my expertise isn't worth the cost. I'm not pretending to be better than any of these people.
We had an episode back in the day where we talked about all the free stuff we've given away in our time in business. Armor stone and
Yeah, this is just the shit that they're giving away for free.
yeah.
But it's not free. They're recouping some of the cost.
If they get
So they're better than us then. If they're at least recouping the
They're
cost
way better than us.
on the fucking plant material, I'll tell you that.
if they get 10% of people to sign up from those events, they'll do really, really well.
Do you have to be signed up to go to one of those events?
No.
So you could go
I could go.
steal inside information.
Guess I'm going.
Where's the next one? Boston?
Yeah.
As Mike heads out the door to Boston
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
You
think
can
it's
make
tomorrow.
it. Boston's not that far away.
From where? Detroit?
No, from Toronto.
Boston's like 8 hours. 10 hours maybe? It's pretty far, I think. No, it's more than that. It's pretty far. I drove to Hartford once, which is closer.
Maybe it's closer to me than it is to you guys.
Probably it's closer to you than it is to us.
For sure.
You would
Jeez,
have to.
it's not even 6 hours away from me.
Wow. Chad's going.
I've been to Boston before.
It's 11 hours for me, but I go through Cornwall.
That's unfortunate.
Pick you up, Chad?
You
Tomorrow
would
morning?
go through Cornwall to go to Boston?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep.
That means you'd have to go through Oshawa too, Mike. But no offer to pick me up, motherfucker.
Oh, that's right.
Wouldn't it be better for you to go?
Too focused on Chad.
I guess I've driven through Cornwall before. Went to Montreal once.
Yep. Well,
Didn't even know it.
It was obviously memorable. Did you admire the wall by the?
The Amazon wall.
There's not much to see there. I can't even get a good picture of it.
I saw that.
Okay. Have we hit our time cap there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.